Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, in our last lecture, we have completed plant growth analysis. Under that, we studied about what is plant growth, what is plant development in growth, what are the types of growth we are able to see in the plant, what are the phases in the growth, and growth curve, the shape of the growth curve, and phases in the growth curve. Then we move to the plant growth analysis. What is the meaning of plant growth analysis? Then what are the benefits we are having doing the plant growth analysis approaches and measurements? In which way we can do the measurements which can be utilized in the plant growth analysis, especially dry weight and the leaf area we will consider. In addition to that, some indices we have to calculate: crop growth rate, absolute growth rate, relative growth rate, net assimilation rate, leaf area index, specific leaf area ratio, leaf area duration, and we finally end with the harvest index. These are the things we have studied under the plant growth analysis. Today we are going, because I already the first and second lecture I already uploaded. Today I uploaded the third lecture also, so that is available in the LMS. You can get the notes and study. Then if you have any doubts, then even the next class also you can ask. Today we will move to the new section under the crop principles of crop production, your course, seed physiology. So this is a very important section. We have to know what is seeds, then what are the classification we are able to see in the seed, seed germination, seed dormancy, seed viability and vigor, and finally we have to look into seed storage. So seed is the basic part of the any plant. So after successful pollination and fertilizations, ovules develop as the seed. It is made up of seed coat as well as embryo. If you look into the embryo, that is having the radical embryonal axis and 1 or 2 cotyledon, depending on the crop, whether it is monocot or the dicot, the number of cotyledon vary. If it is monocrop, 1 cotyledon we are able to see, like rice, maize, wheat, the 1 cotyledon. And 2 cotyledon we can observe in the dicotyledon crops like green gram, black gram or peanut. So that type of crop we are able to see 2 cotyledon. So simply overall we can define the seed. It is a mature ovule that is consisting embryonic plant and also stored food, and it is surrounded by the protective outer coat. That is the thing we are calling that as seed coat. So I put 2 examples, one representing the monocot and the other one is for the dicot. So the seed, the cereals, pulses, so all are producing seeds. So paddy is the example for the monocot and the brinjal is the dicot. So we have to know what, before deeply go into the seed germination and all the things, first we have to know about what is seed, what are the important parts we will have it in the seed, we have to look into. Overall, we can say seed is the mature ovule that consisting an embryonic plant as well as food reserve that is surrounded by the protective outer coat. We can call that as seed coat. Primarily, we can classify the seeds into two types. So, monocotyledon seeds and dicotyledon seeds based on the number of cotyledons present. We can classify the seeds into monocot seed and the dicot seed. So if you look into the structure of the monocot seed as well as the dicot seeds, there is the differences. If you look into the monocot seed, the seed coat, especially I already told you, the most cereals comes under the monocot. So the seed coat is membranous and it is fused with the fruit wall. We can call that as hull in the monocot. Here in dicot, seed coat is outermost covering of the seed. So it is having two layers, outer tester as well as inner tegment. So the protective layer, we can call that as inner tegment. Then if you look into the endosperm, so endosperm is bulky and it stores the foods. So that is in the monocot. Even in dicot, we are able to see the hilum, that scar, that is we are able to see on the seed coat, through which the developing seeds are attached with the pods or the fruit. Then alluran layer we are able to see in the monocot seed, even micropyle, small pore or the hole, we are able to observe in the hilum if we look into the microscope, that is available in the dicot. So structurally we can differentiate monocot and the dicot seeds. Even if you look into the embryo, in monocot, the embryo is small, that is located in the groove at one end of the endosperm, and it is having the one cotyledon. In dicot plants, it is consists of embryonal axis and it is having the two cotyledon. Scutellum, this is one large and shield-shaped cotyledon we are able to see, so that is called as scutellum. But in dicot, simply we are calling that as cotyledon. Plumule and radicle are the two ends in the monocot seed, so embryonal axis. But and radicle and plume, they are present in at the two ends of the embryonal axis. So if you look into the structure, the longitudinal cut of the seed, we are able to see these differences. In coleoptile and coleorhiza, that plumule and radicle are enclosed in sheaths. So they are called coleoptile and coleorhiza. Here, in dicot, the endosperm, especially some seeds like castor, the endosperm are formed as a result of double fertilization, and it is having the food storing tissues. So the plants like beans and pulses, the endosperm is not present in the mature seed. So that type of seeds we can call that as non-endospermous seeds. So even in dicot, endosperm available seeds as well as endosperm not available seeds also there. So this is the main, based on the structure we can classify, based on the presence of cotyledons we can classify it into monocot and the dicot. So this is the structure, the longitudinal cut. So this is the dicot seed, it is the monocot seed. So example, the beans or pulses. Be able to see the cotyledons and hypocotyle, epicotyle. Even in monocot seed, radical, cotyledon, endosperm, and seed pod, we are able to see. This is the longitudinal cut of the seed. Then other type of germination we able to see in the seed based on the germination. So the how it is growing. If the seed is at the bottom or the above, so in which way it is growing. So we can call that as hypogeal germination and the epigeal germination. In hypogeal germination, cotyledon remains is here. So this is present below the soil. So that is the difference. At the time of growing, the cotyledons coming out of the soil, that is the epigeal. If the cotyledon is present below the soil, that is the hypogeal. This is the main difference. Especially, be able to see the hypogeal germination. Gram or black gram, be able to see two cotyledons that is coming above the soil. But if you put the maize, only the leaf part be able to see. Or if you put the paddy, only the leaf part be able to see. Not the seed is not coming out. So based on that, the cotyledon is coming out of the soil above the ground. So that is epigeal germination. In hypogeal germination, so you are able to see cotyledon is here. In epigeal germination, the cotyledon is coming above the soil because this is the ground. So that is the main difference we are having based on the type of germination. So example of the crops for the hypogeal germination, simply we can say monocot plants. And the plants which is showing the epigeal germination, mainly dicot plant. So if you look into the structure, seed structure, we are having the external parts and the internal part. Under the external part, we are having seed coat, hilum, and in the internal part, the embryo is having the plumule, radical, cotyledon, and epicotyle or the hypocotyle that is available. So if you look into the dicot plant and the monocot plant, so we are able to see the is mainly for the monocot plant. Then if you look into the dicot plant, we are having the cotyledon, epicotyle, hypocotyle, no harm. Seed coat is there. Endosperm also there. So first we will look into the external part of the seed structure, seed coat. So this is giving the protection to the embryo. So this is the seed coat. After peeling the seed coat, the white portion is the seed. So the thickness of the seed coat that can vary with the species to species or crop to crop. thickness can vary species to species as well as crop to crop. Even among the one crop, within the different varieties, seed coat thickness can vary. Or crop to crop, the seed coat thickness can vary. Example, if we take the mango seed, it is having the very hard, thick seed coat. Similarly, if we take the green gram seed, very thin green color cover we are having, that is the seed. In black gram, the black color cover we are having, that is the seed coat. Even in paddy, we are having the golden color cover, that is the seed coat. Especially in paddy, we can call that as husk or hull monocot. This is the mark or the scar from the seed which is attached to the parent plant. That means in the pods, how it is attached, that is the hilum, small white color portion we able to see, that is the hilum. So this is mainly we able to see in the dicot plant. Plants, if the favorable conditions are available for that, it can able to give the new plant. It can be in the rudimentary stage also, because it reach the maturity, or this type of the cotyledon. Cotyledon is the first leaf that is developed or germinates from the seed, that is the cotyledon. It will with the food reserves, so that it is able to provide the energy for the growth. So some plants may have the one cotyledon. So I already told you the monocot plant is having the one cotyledon. Some having the two cotyledons, that is dicot plant. So this is the case. Here we are having the cotyledon, one cotyledon in monocot, and we are having the two cotyledon in the dicot. So this is also another picture, because this is the maize plant and this is the bean plant. So some pictures I have incorporated. Then we can move epicotyle or the hypocotyle. So this is we already know the epicotyle germination. If the cotyledon is below the soil, we know that showing the hypocotyle germination. So it is having the ability to go towards the light. So plumule. So during the seed germination, we are able to see the shoot tip. Similarly, the root, we are calling that as radicle. So radicle, the part of the seed that is from the so this is regarding the classification of seed and the seed structure. The monocot and dicot classification we are having. The another is soil based on germination. Move to the structure of the seed. If you look into the structure of the seed, that is mainly we are having external part as well as internal part. Under the external part, the seed coat and the phylum are the important structures we have to look into. Especially in the dicot, it is the point that it is attached to the pods or the parent plant. Then under the internal structure, we are having the embryo. In embryo, we are having the structures like epicotyle, plumule, radicle, and cotyledon. Epicotyle, plumule is giving the two pair of miniature leaves that is shoot tip. Radicle is the root part. The cotyledon is it is coming above or below, which is providing the food reserves for the initial germination and the growth before doing the photosynthesis. So epicotyle is the part we are having. That is based on the stem portion. Based on the type of germination, it is present in then we move to the seed quality. The seed quality, we are explaining the potential performance or the overall performance of the seed lot. So under the potential performance, what are the things we will look into? Trueness of the variety. Then if the presence of other seeds, so germination percentage, the appearance of the seeds, the presence of inert matter, weed seed, vigor, free from pest or the disease. So in potential performance, while looking to, so how much of these materials available we look into. If we have the trueness, appearance means some may be the small seeds, so some may be the big, even within the one variety. So the color may sometimes malformed or shrimp or string one. The germination percentage means if you put the axis how much it's germinating, so that way we can calculate the germination percentage. Seeds of other crop mean in addition to the particular variety seed we are having, some mixtures also possible. So other seeds also possible. So how much percentage other seeds available? Then wheat seeds. Then if you put the seeds in, how many days it takes to that. So these are the things we will look into if while looking for the seed lot with the seed quality for the potential performance. If you look into the characters of the good quality seed, so normally we know it should have the higher genetic purity and physical purity. Genetic purity, that is naturally because of the influenced by the genes. But physical purity, that is depending on the mixtures like wheat seed or other wheat seeds, presence of inert matter. So these will influence the physical. That we have to separate the other seeds or wheat seeds or inert matter, and we have to get the weight. So how much percentage we are having the particular crop seeds, that is we are calling that as pure seeds, out of the total weight we have taken. So convert to 100%, we can calculate the physical purity. Then a position of the shape, because some seeds, even if we take 100 gram seeds, and if we have a look, some seeds in good that also we have to look into. If the seed is good quality, that should have the good shape, good size, good color. So these are the things we will look into the quality seeds. And the physical soundness, the appearance and the weight. Then we will look into the germination percentage. If you put the 100 seeds, out of that, how much of seeds germinate and giving the normal seedling. Normal seedling means it should have the shoot part as well as the fruit part. So if you put 100, so if the seed is having more than 75% of the germination, that seed seems to be good quality seed. And also it should have the vigor, that means strength or stamina of the seeds. How we can estimate the vigor? We germinate quickly. Normally, the average time period required for the particular seed is 4 or 5 days. So if the seeds germinate among that time period, so that seed is having the vigor. But some seeds, it takes some more time, after 8 days or the 9 days, but it will germinate, but on the actual day normally required. So that seed is weaker one. So we can identify the bigger one. Maize. There, so that is bigger, less bigger seeds. So that way we able to identify. Then we will see what are the benefits we are having. We are talking about the seed and quality seeds. So in which way we can identify the quality seeds, especially the physical purity, then genetic purity, then moisture content of the seed, as well as seed health. That 4 things we have to look into while among that, how much weight seeds, the pure seeds available. Among that taken weight, how much pure seeds is available, and if we convert for the 100, we can calculate the physical purity. The genetic purity is the influenced by the genes. So that should be maintained by the plant breeder. They have to maintain the genetic purity, and they have to give the seeds with the genetically pure, with the assurance they have to give the seeds. Very important thing we have to look into. Depending on the moisture content needed for the storage of the seed, we can classify the seeds into 2, orthodox seeds as well as recalcitrant seed. For the orthodox seeds, we can bring down the moisture content, especially for the during the storage, nearly 9 to 13%. We can bring down the moisture content. And for the next season cultivation, if you want to store, so be able to bring down the moisture content. So based on the storage condition needed, so we can call that orthodox seed. So in the seed storage, we will study about that. Anyhow, I have to mention this because in moisture content, the because orthodox seeds, we can bring down the moisture content even 9 to 13. In some seeds, so 7 to 9 also possible, depending on the vegetable seeds or the pulse crop or the cereal crop. We can bring down the moisture content to below 13%. So that is orthodox seeds. But in recalcitrant seeds, because at the time of harvesting, it is having the 25 to 30% moisture content, so germination ability will be lost. So that type of seeds we can call that as recalcitrant seeds. So recalcitrant seed is there, orthodox seed is there, because one of the seed quality we are talking is the moisture content. So orthodox seeds, we can bring down the moisture content to even 7 to 30. But in recalcitrant, immediately after extraction, like pepper or even rubber seed, even mango seed. So immediately after extraction, we have to plant it. Otherwise, it will lose the germination ability, so viability. So moisture content is important. Other one, seed health. Under the seed health, what are things we will look into? The seed. Mechanical damage caused by the machineries. So that type of things we will look into under the seed health. If the seed is having good health, means that is not affected by the pest or the disease. The shape of the seed moisture content of the seed and the seed health. Or otherwise, simply they can say physical attributes, genetic attributes, physiological attributes, because they are linking with the viability, vigor, so physiological attribute, and pathological attribute. Genetic attributes, physiological attributes, or the pathological attributes. Or simply we can say physical purity, genetic purity, seed health, or moisture content. So because these are the things we have to look into in the good quality seed. Then we will look into benefits, because we are talking quality seeds. What are the benefits we are having by using quality seeds? So we are saying good quality seed is genetically pure. So we can get the uniform stand establishment. And good quality seeds, if we put, so the germination ability is more, so we can get the uniform establishment, and even the seed rate needed for the establishment is less. Then it is free from the pest and disease, and we can obtain good yield station of the land with the wheat seeds. Because if we put the seeds with the wheat seeds, so we will easily establish. So by using the quality seeds, we can eliminate this type of problems. Ability to tolerate the extreme environmental condition, because it is in good vigor, and it is showing the well response to the good looking, and it is having the long storage facilities, and also yield we can predict, because the quality seeds, and we able to predict the yield. It is having the good marketing because of the quality. We can obtain the final product in better quality. Then if the crop is established and uniform establishment, harvesting, post-harvest operation easily is very important for the establishment. So that case we have to think about the quality sales. So then what are the classification mainly available in seed? APGL and the hypogl. Under the internal structure, embryo is the important thing. It is having the parts epicotyle, plomal, radical, and cotyledon. Then we move to the seed quality. What is seed quality? The seed is having the potential performance. That is, it is less weight seeds, with highest vigor, free from pests and diseases. It is having good appearance, high germination percentage, very few other seeds, and it is showing the high fruit seed variety. So that is having the good attribute and pathological attribute. So quality seed the establishments or seed trade requirement less, weed infestation or weed spread in the field less, we can obtain the higher return from the crop, and also it is able to giving the easy access for the harvesting and post-harvest operation, and due to the high quality marketing also we can obtain better price. So these are the benefits we are having by using the quality seed. Then next we have to look into a seed germination. The other one we have to look into seed germination. And what is quality seed, and what are the characters we will look into the quality seed, and what are the benefits we are having by using the quality seeds we look into. Next we have to study about the seed germination, because if you put the seeds it is giving the seedling, so that is the germination. So germination is the process by which the embryo new plant. It is influenced by even the germination which we able to produce. So in germination, the sprouting of the seedling from a seed. So whether it is in angiosperm or gymnosperm, we able to see. From the seeds, we able to obtain the seedling, that is the germination. If we look into the seed germination, that is divided into, because steps, 5 changes or 5 steps we able to see during the seed germination. The first one, seed imbibition. The second one, seed respiration. Then effect of light on then mobilization of reserves during germination. So even the seed is having the food reserves. So that should be, if it is in the complex compound, that should be converted to the simple compound, like carbohydrate or protein, the food reserves, that should Then finally, it is developing the embryo axis, and it is giving the shoots out and the root also below the soil. So if we look into the seed germination, we can divide the seed germination process in more into seedling. Because while putting the seed, it is in the dry conditions, especially the orthodox seed. So it absorbs the swell. So there is increase in the size because the cell that is getting the water. So it is hydrated and it is swelling. So this swelling take place and with a growth will help or enable the radicle is the root part to push up out, that is rupture the seed coat. That means the break the seed coat and it's try to push up the root. So that root we are calling the primary root. So as see the root portion first. Even we put the green gram for consumption purpose for one day, if we put it for the soaking, the other day seed coat rupture and white color things we able to see. That is the part is the root. Radicle is first developed. Any seed, the first develop most of the seeds, the first developing part is the root. So if we put the seeds for the soaking, it absorbs the water and the seed and is the of the structural and storage macromolecules that is present in the seed, like carbohydrate or the polysaccharides, that's carbohydrate, and proteins. So that should be converted division, the absorption of the water into the seed. That is the imbibition. If we put the seeds first, that is happening because soil is having the moisture, or if we put the seeds, we will give the water. So that soil is moist. So the seed able to get the water, because I already told you especially in dicot plants, near to the hilum, we are having the micropyle, the small holes through which the water can go. So the seed is getting the water. That is the imbibition. So after the imbibition of water, some metabolic activity that is happening in the seed. So initially, then only it is becoming as the aerobic, and if the oxygen is available to the seed, it is becoming as the aerobic to promote the germination. So that should be obtained through the respiration. So that is the process happening. So even some reason, if we put the seeds, even the some seeds like paddy, that is the case. But rice is a semi-aquatic plant. That means it can tolerate the water some extent. So that can germinate even if the water is stagnant. So because it can use the dissolved oxygen for their germination. But some crops that won't germinate under the waterlogged condition because they need the oxygen for their growth, so that can be obtained from the soil. So then plowing and hoeing, because the air is very needed. Even if you put the seeds for the germination, air is very needed in the soil, is important for the supply of the oxygen. So that case, while planting the seeds, we have to make the soil loose because that should have the aeration. So that's why we are doing plowing and hoeing and other operation. If the waterlogged condition is available, some seeds won't germinate. Few seeds able to germinate like paddy, but other seeds won't germinate due to the insufficient oxygen availability. Then other parameters the thing, the seeds that is response to light, especially during the germination. So I will stop up to this today. In the next lecture, I hand the stages.
Thank you, ma'am.